Be bad, but at least don't be a liar, a deceiver. Love. The reason I dislike that word is that it means too much for me, far more than you can understand. All the variety, all the charm, all the beauty of life is made up of light and shadow. The strongest of all warriors are these two, time and patience. If everyone fought for their own convictions, there would be no war. Anything is better than lies and deceit. A man can live and be healthy without killing animals for food. Therefore, if he eats meat, he participates in taking animal life merely for the sake of his appetite, and to act so is immoral. Boredom, the desire for desires. I always loved you, and if one loves anyone, one loves the whole person, just as they are, and not as one would like them to be. Dolly. There is no greatness where there is not simplicity, goodness, and truth. All great literature is one of two stories. A man goes on a journey, or a stranger comes to town. Muhammad has always been standing higher than the Christianity. He does not consider God as a human being, and never makes himself equal to God. Muslims worship nothing except God, and Muhammad is his messenger. There is no any mystery and secret in it. Sometimes she did not know what she feared, what she desired, whether she feared or desired what had been or what would be, and precisely what she desired, she did not know. All the girls in the world were divided into two classes. One class included all the girls in the world except her, and they had all the usual human feelings, and were very ordinary girls, while the other class, herself alone, had no weaknesses, and was superior to all humanity. It's much better to do good in a way that no one knows anything about it. If you love me as you say you do, she whispered, make it so that I am at peace. The whole world is divided for me into two parts. One is she, and there is all happiness, hope, light. The other is where she is not, and there is dejection and darkness. The best stories don't come from good versus bad, but good versus good. Happiness does not depend on outward things, but on the way we see them. Pierre was right when he said that one must believe in the possibility of happiness in order to be happy, and I now believe in it. Let the dead bury the dead, but while I'm alive, I must live and be happy. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. All happy families are alike. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. If you look for perfection, you'll never be content. It is amazing how complete is the delusion that beauty is goodness. He stepped down, trying not to look long at her, as if she were the sun, yet he saw her, like the sun, even without looking. Respect was invented to cover the empty place where love should be. We can know only that we know nothing, and that is the highest degree of human wisdom. Only people who are capable of loving strongly can also suffer great sorrow, but this same necessity of loving serves to counteract their grief and heals them. If, then, I were asked for the most important advice I could give, that which I considered to be the most useful to the men of our century, I should simply say, in the name of God, stop a moment, cease your work, look around you. If you want to be happy, be. Spring is the time of plans and projects. Is it really possible to tell someone else what one feels? Nothing is so necessary for a young man as the company of intelligent women. A quiet, secluded life in the country, with the possibility of being useful to people to whom it is easy to do good, and who are not accustomed to have it done to them. Then work which one hopes may be of some use. Then rest, nature, books, music, love for one's neighbor. Such is my idea of happiness. Rummaging in our souls, we often dig up something that ought to have lain there unnoticed. In the name of God, stop a moment, cease your work, look around you. When you love someone, you love the person as they are, and not as you'd like them to be. Wrong does not cease to be wrong because the majority share in it. I've always loved you, and when you love someone, you love the whole person, just as he or she is, and not as you would like them to be. The two most powerful warriors are patience and time. They've got no idea what happiness is. They don't know that without this love there is no happiness or unhappiness for us. There is no life. It's not given to people to judge what's right or wrong. People have eternally been mistaken and will be mistaken, and in nothing more than in what they consider right and wrong. You can love a person dear to you with a human love, but an enemy can only be loved with divine love.